Well, the return to recession leaves businesses and consumers struggling to deal with a bleak economic outlook. Sky's senior correspondent Ian Woods reports.
Just when the foundations were being laid for recovery, confirmation that Britain's economic growth isn't just slowing down, it's actually gone into reverse. The dry statistics confirming that Britain is back in recession.
Output fell by 0.2%. Output of the construction sector decreased by 3.0%.
These figures are just an estimate. The final data might not be quite so bad. So does the official return of recession have any effect on our economic prospects?
So many decisions are marginal at the moment. It's so difficult for people to commit, especially when it's big projects, when it's about development and construction. You know, that's one of those sectors where it really matters. If you're really not sure and the data is really negative, I think that's the sort of thing that can tip the balance away from a positive decision.
Government spending cuts have reduced the amount of new public sector construction projects, but the private sector is also getting nervous about committing capital. Even in London, where the construction industry is more buoyant than other parts of the country, it's still possible to find examples of prestige developments like this one behind me, where work is simply ground to a halt. This is what it will look like when it's finished, but no one can say when that will be. The Pinnacle should become Britain's second tallest building, but not enough tenants were willing to commit to rent space, so construction was halted in January.
When you look at the hard evidence like GDP, that's contracting, and we're looking at the worst recovery from the first recession since the Great Depression. And that means that the Bank of England will find it very difficult indeed to make its mind up on whether more quantitative easing is required at its meeting in a couple of weeks' time.
Of course, not everyone is feeling the pinch. Many businesses have survived one recession despite being reliant on customers being able to afford luxury items. But they do reflect a more cautious approach when the news starts to get gloomy.
Choosing a cheaper alternative for a wedding band is something they do, whereas people may have gone for platinum. We found that they were before. They're now cutting back maybe to a little bit of palladium, which is a cheaper metal. Maybe the ladies are having less diamonds set into it, and they're making cutbacks.
And with the government wedded to its commitment to cutting the deficit, there's unlikely to be a quick fix to the country's economic woes. Ian Woods, Sky News.